This is a Korbanth Parks SID 2.0 lightsaber kit. So it's a kit, it's an empty hilt, and yeah, see, here's the inside. There's nothing in there. You can see all the way to the bottom. It is a Darth Sidious inspired custom lightsaber. And so it's SID 2.0, right? There was a SID, an original SID or SID 1.0, and this newer hilt is 10% larger, and so that makes it a little bit friendlier for electronics installs than its predecessor. Now the SID 2.0 is 8.25 inches long, so it's not a particularly long hilt for a lightsaber, but that's kind of the style of the lightsaber. And it has these two momentary switches to it right here. And, well, I have these kind of glued already, but the bottom of it is the momentary switch, and then the top part we have kind of a faux trans red LED bezel, so you can kind of press that. So if you did elect to install this hilt, you could use these buttons. So that's a nice feature. And this hilt is made of several different types of materials. So it's made of aluminum, brass, stainless, and mild steel, zinc, polycarbonate, and ABS. And the plastic, I think, is primarily in the kind of switch section of the hilt. Now, if we start at the top of the hilt, well, first of all, we see this is a two-tone hilt, so it's primarily kind of a metallic silver color. It also has some gold or brass kind of features to it, especially in the emitter section and in the pommel section. And that gives the hilt kind of a regal look to it, which I think it's supposed to because it's the Darth Sidious hilt. And he's emperor and all of that, or, he ultimately becomes the emperor anyway. But it kind of lends itself to that. And if we start in the emitter section, we have all of these kind of goldish features. We have this sort of conical section also toward the top of the emitter. It gives it kind of a more of a lightsaber-y, well, it's sort of a lampshade shape actually, but that makes it a little more lightsaber-y. And then below that we have kind of these, looks sort of like rings almost, like these gold rings that are part of this section right here. We have our switches, so both of them are red. I know some people are looking for one of them to be a green button, but both of them that come with this kit are red. And the main body of the hilt, here's the design. It's very different. I mean, this lightsaber hilt, you guys, is radically different from a lot of the other lightsaber designs. I know that's probably why quite a few people like this hilt and some people don't like this hilt. It has a much more overall rounded feel to it than a lot of other lightsabers. Some people say it looks like a certain something or other, but that's up to you to determine what I'm talking about there. But we have this kind of ovalish thing here, and the whole hilt overall has a very bright finish to it. It's very reflective, so that means you will see excuse me, fingerprints on it and stuff like that. And sometimes there are some little kind of defects to the finish just because it's such a bright and vibrant finish. So keep that part in mind as well. Now the pommel is a little different from some other lightsabers. So this is the pommel here, and it's held in by this screw. So it's not a threaded pommel like you'll see on a lot of lightsabers. It's just this screw holds it in place. But it is still vented, so it could accommodate the electronics, and you could have sound installed in it as well. So there's several pieces of this hilt that can come apart. I'll just kind of show you as sort of the last thing. Which, when you can remove the pieces, that helps with the install a lot of times. So we do have some threading at the top of the hilt, and I know a lot of you watching like to see the different pieces that are able to come apart with the hilt too. So we'll remove some of those things here. There go. My notes kind of flew down there. Yeah, so let's see if I can put all of that in frame. So here are all the pieces that the hilt can break down to, and I could remove the pommel as well. So that would just require removing this screw right here. This is a 6/36 thread screw, just if you need to know that. This has just been a bit of a look at the Korbanth Parks SID 2.0 lightsaber hilt kit, and this has been discontinued, I believe. There are currently still a few of these available from Korbanth. They're no longer available from the custom saber shop, but I'll link to that stuff below if you're interested, and feel free to comment below as well.